Minecraft is my favourite game. It's a wonderful game of creativity. I also love to cook, so making the food of Minecraft is a cooking challenge I've set myself to test my creativity. Importantly, for this to be a challenge, I have to face some restrictions. So there are 2 rules to the Viridian Horizon Minecraft Cooking Challenge. Firstly, I'll only use foods and food-related items that exist in-game. As it stands, there are 3 categories of food-related items in-game. There are the food items that exist to be eaten, like potatoes or steak. There are the items that are edible in the real world, but are used in-game for some food-adjacent reason, like pumpkin or eggs. Then there are the edible items that don't have a real-world analogue, like golden carrots or glowberries. There is a secret 4th category of food that I'm going to explore. These are the items that don't exist in Minecraft at all, but can be made from items that do exist. This is where the creativity comes in. Foods in this category would be butter cultured from milk or salt extracted from seawater. I'll allow myself only 1 or 2 creative licensed foods from the 4th category in the interest of making the food tastier or more interesting. I do actually want to eat what I make after all. Secondly, I need to cook in the spirit of the game. This means no high-tech cooking or preparation methods like blenders or things like that. I've decided for my first challenge, I will recreate a food that I doubt is anyone's first choice in-game, beetroot soup. With that said, let's make some soup.
Potato. Ooh. Blending into my jumper, but it's such a rich purple. Ooh. So 3 relatively large beetroots, halved, 1 reaching the end of its life, good for soup, potato, and 7 heirloom carrots in a 180-degree oven for probably at least half an hour.
Feeling pretty bad, but they've still got to be cooked in the soup later. Take out the carrots. We haven't got any oil. They don't look as nice as they could be, but they smell great. Still a little bit hard in the middle. Potatoes nice and soft. Take out the potatoes. Just let them cool for a little bit and then I'll check on the beetroot again in another 15 minutes, I think. Yeah. Nice. Now I'm going to heat up some lard. Because we have pigs in Minecraft, we have lard, so that's fine. Every recipe for beetroot soup that I found online seemed to have 3 things in common. It was beetroot, stock of some kind, beef, vegetable, or chicken, so it didn't seem to matter what kind of stock, it was just stock was required. An onion. In Minecraft, we don't have onion. It's one of the things that is sorely lacking if you try and make any of these foods in outside of Minecraft. The closest we can get is an allium, like the allium flower. I don't have alliums, and this will be the one way that I kind of deviate from Minecraft slightly to make it more palatable. I have about half a finely diced leek left over from previous dinner. So I'm gonna just cook that in some lard as my onion. So you can find fields of allium, and I actually do have in my survival Minecraft world a field of allium very close by to my starter base.
I'm also going to add just a single clove of garlic because tasty. And these carrots have cooled down, so I can just take off the gross bits and chop them up a little more. Just gonna taste a bit. So carroty. I know that sounds dumb, but it's like she concentrated the flavour of a carrot into something this big. You can imagine what it tastes like. These are kind of what I would expect the carrots in Minecraft to be like. Bright orange little carrots. Super tasty. Alright, and next, potatoes. Whoa, look at that potato. Delicious. Now for the beetroot. Ooh, that looks delicious. Beetroot skin is apparently very easy to peel off. You meant to do it with gloves, but I don't have any gloves. Can see why they say wear gloves. All right, 3 beetroots, 1 potato, and a bunch of carrots. That's all in there, nice and combined. Just gonna reheat all of those briefly over a low heat, and gonna make up some beef stock. I'm just gonna add enough water to cover the vegetables, or like submerge them slightly. I'm just going to start with 500 mils. A bit more. That's probably good. About 350 mil. So I'll add a clump of beef stock, and I'll taste for salt later. That's going to be a bright pink purple soup. Yes, looks already amazing. Smells really good too. Beetroot is still a little bit hard, so they'll have to just soften as we simmer. I think I'll mash the soup. I won't use like a stick blender or anything, just because that seems a little too far-fetched for Minecraft. Now that's come up to a nice simmer, I'm just going to turn it down slightly so it can simmer away nice and low with the lid on for another, maybe, I'll chuck it in another 15 minutes or so. It's been 15 minutes. Ooh, they've broken down all very nicely. Oh, nope, they've just looked like they have. Top it up again. A bit longer, I think. Another 15. So it's been another 15 minutes or so, and they're getting nice and soft. All the water's evaporated away, even though the lid's been on. So I imagine that the beetroot or something is absorbing that all. So I'm going to add a little bit more warm water into there, just to make sure it stays as a soup and not like just cooked beetroot. I might get the potato masher out. I want this to resemble the soup that's actually in Minecraft. It just seems to be a uniform purple bowl, which to me like says at least somewhat smooth. This is taking a lot longer to cook or soften than all the recipes I read seem to indicate. That's okay. Won't be too long. Just add more water. Oh. Right, give it a quick taste. Salt. Need salt. Tasty though. Got some sea salt because there are oceans. It's looking real nice. That's a lot better. That's really good. I'll leave that just to simmer. The last little bit of like the hardest little bits of the beetroot now are just the only bits that would need a cooking, but I'm just gonna turn that right down. Soup's ready. Look how purple that is. Beautiful. About the same color as the one you get in Minecraft as well. Dig in. It's really tasty. You can taste the beetroot and the carrot, and the potato kind of leaves it a little bit of a creaminess that you wouldn't have got with just the beetroot and the carrot. Don't notice the lack of onion so much as I would have expected, granted that all the recipes required onion seemingly as frequently as beetroot. I would eat that again more than I would eat the Minecraft version. If I was to make this again, I'd probably use something like creamy to complement the beetroot, like a creme fraiche is in a lot of recipes, or maybe sour cream. Also perhaps with something more than a regular just sliced bread, but maybe we'll make bread in the future. Excellent food.
My final verdict? The soup was a great success. It was tasty, and I would definitely make it again. I'm normally a lover of all things onion, and if I were to make a more typical beetroot soup, I would include a roasted onion, but it isn't as necessary as I initially expected. Likewise, herbs wouldn't go astray, but again I didn't find it lacking in that way. The heirloom carrots were a real winner. Regular supermarket carrots wouldn't have had the strength of flavour to be noticed under the beetroot unless you just added as much carrot as you did beetroot. If I were to add or change anything, it would be a dollop of sour cream to serve to brighten and complement the earthy root vegetable flavour. Overall, I'd give it an 8 out of 10. I hope you enjoyed watching me experiment here on Viridian Horizon, and until next time, see you later.